Hey everyone. So we checked out Fantasia last time, and I didn't really enjoy the game very much. But this time we're going to be looking at Alien Storm. I have a few other ones that we're going to eventually get to, but Alien Storm is going to be the game that we're rolling with today. This game came out in 1990, and it was a conversion kit, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think that Sega was doing that. I also couldn't find out exactly what games it was a conversion for, but I'm guessing it was probably Golden Axe. So I didn't know too much about this game until probably like 99 or 2000 when I started collecting games. And just kind of stumbled across this one because I was like, hey, that's a Genesis game and it's fairly cheap. Let's give that one a try. So Alien Storm uses the Golden Axe engine, and you can really tell just from the way the whole thing is laid out. A lot of these tropes are going to show up in other beat 'em ups, but knowing that this one uses the Golden Axe engine, it gave me like that level of familiarity that I was looking for. So a lot of the beat 'em up games that I played are usually like fantasy, or they're set in some type of like crime-ridden city and stuff like that, like Double Dragon or Streets of Rage. So playing this like sci-fi one, that was a real treat because it's not a beat 'em up I see that often. So I just want to say really quick, I think that the controls on the arcade were probably a lot better than this. They just kind of felt off for some weird reason. But anyway, besides that, you are fighting off an alien invasion in some random town. Because of course you are. I mean, somebody's got to fight off an alien invasion, and by video game logic, you have to do it by yourself. Or if you have a friend, you can do it as well. But you have to do it by yourself, because that's just way too complicated for the military to take care of. The enemies in the game look pretty cool. They did a good job with the aliens. Sometimes it was a little hard to tell exactly what was inspiring them. Every once in a while you could tell, okay, well the movie Alien inspired this. Something like that, but every once in a while it's a little bit harder. One thing I have a problem with is there is a heavy repetition of the different sprites for the aliens. You get a lot of palette swaps, which is kind of understandable, but I felt like they could have done more with them. There also seems to be like a few number of boss fights, like you just don't find them that often. They do give you a lot of variety though, where you have the first-person shooters, you have this kind of a side-scrolling shooter thing going on, which made me wonder why I couldn't just do this with my gun the entire time, but whatever. The first-person shooter sections, which are kind of like a rail shooter, those had me really begging for a light gun, but instead you just need to swing it around with the D-pad, which works pretty well, but I feel like this would have been a much better execution if it was a light gun. So there are 3 playable characters in this. You have the woman that we saw earlier with her yellow jumpsuit, which made me kind of think that this was somehow related to like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you have April O'Neil running around with a flamethrower. I don't know why I thought that, it just kind of happened that way. Her special attack is probably the coolest, where you just have that huge missile drop down and obliterate everything on the screen. She seems to kind of be one of the more well-rounded ones. I didn't see a whole lot of variation between her and the guy who's in a red jumpsuit. It's kind of a weird thing. The guy in the red jumpsuit, he's got this weird electric thing, which, I don't know what that really didn't make me think of anything special, but it was kind of cool. They all sort of play the exact same, and his special attack is kind of nice. He just calls it an air raid, which looks pretty awesome. The last playable character is a robot, who kind of looks like your generic robot from every single B-movie that involves space. Like if there was a movie that was trying to rip off Star Wars, that was the robot that they were going to have in it. It's kind of like the Battlestar Galactica robot as well. Like, I don't know. There was just something going on. I had a hard time figuring out what exactly I was remembering. Anyway, he's got like these weird electric tips, which you think would be way cooler than what they really are.
I don't know. All three characters play pretty much exactly the same, so it's really just more of like a personal preference for what special move you want to see. There probably are some differences between the characters, but I just really couldn't tell very much. It's a really fun game and just a little bit monotonous, but just a lot of fun.
So Alien Storm was a lot of fun. There are other beat 'em up games that I like more than this one, but just the sci-fi theme, the kind of crazy characters and everything that you're using with the weird weapons, that felt like it made this kind of stand out a little bit. So one thing I do want to say is I kind of wondered why Alien Storm wasn't on the Golden Axe Arcade 1-Up cabinet. It feels like this would have been a much better fit than something like Shinobi was, but whatever. I guess they couldn't get the license to it or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody.